Hey guys, how you doing? Fragrance Professor back at it again. Hope you're doing well today. You know, as I'm recording this, it's a gloomy, sort of overcast Sunday in early December. Now, if you're in North America, United States, or Canada, like a lot of my viewers, chances are you're probably going through that same sort of weather. You know, it's just one of those days you don't generally feel like doing a whole lot, but nothing like a great fragrance to put you in a better state of mind. Isn't that right? And that's one thing I love about fragrances is that they just really do that to you. They can transport you to different places, different mindsets, just give you that extra boost to kind of get you going. And I have some things later on this morning and this afternoon going on. So I want to be in a good mood. I want to be in a good state of mind. And I have a fragrance that I wanted to share with you that I think will do that. I've worn this several times in the last few weeks, and it really has helped me, and I think it'll help you as well. Not to mention, it's just a great smelling all-around fragrance, and it's one that I think you'll really enjoy. Not to mention, it's dirt cheap. Okay, so that always helps. The fragrance that I'm talking about is something called Bright Peach. Now, this is also a Maison Alhambra fragrance. You know, we've talked a lot about them over the last couple of months, and I've really enjoyed them, getting more in the collection. And I have some future videos that I'm going to share with you that are going to feature those. I got in a haul a couple of weeks ago that I'm really excited about, and I'm going to share some of those in future videos. But this is all about Bright Peach. Now, Bright Peach is a dupe of Bitter Peach by Tom Ford. Now, if you're familiar with Bitter Peach, this probably will be reminiscent, or any of the Tom Ford fragrances, you'll probably be reminded of the presentation and so forth. I'm going to slip off that bottle. Now, just, you know, proper disclaimer, I have never smelled Bitter Peach, nor have I even had a sample, or you know, I've never owned it. I don't have no connection to it. Don't really know how that would be. I've read that this is a pretty close dupe. It's, if not one-to-one, then very, very close from what I've read. I'm going to set this over here. Now, the bottle obviously is very reminiscent, and I shared one recently, I believe it was Woody Oud, that sort of had this similar bottle style and so forth. So these houses, you know, not only are they sort of cloning the fragrance, but they're also pretty much cloning the presentation. I mean, there's really no mistake if you're familiar with the OG, what this is supposed to be. Now, this is an eau de parfum, as are, I believe, all of the Lattafa and Maison Alhambra fragrances. As far as I'm aware, at least the ones that I have and the ones that I've seen, they've all been EDPs. Now, this is a fairly simple note breakdown. I'm going to give a little squirt or two. Oh man, that peach is just coming through so nicely. This, as I was saying, is a fairly simple note breakdown. You have peach. You also have blood orange up top. It's very citrusy. I mean, that peach is just so nice coming through. It really, really I can get that peach right off the bat, but it's not a sickly sweet peach. It's a more mellow peach. It's not candied or anything like that. It's more mature. So you don't have to worry about it being cloying or anything like that. I don't get that at all. So we have blood orange along with that, though, up top. But in the mid, we have patchouli, and down in the base, if I remember correctly, we have honey and actually also cognac. So it's a very nice blend. Now, I was just looking on Fragrantica at Bitter Peach, which again is the Tom Ford version of this. And it's the notes that I just mentioned plus a whole lot more. So I would imagine that that Bitter Peach probably is a little fuller in its scent profile and whatnot. But this smells really good. And again, from the reviews that I was just reading just in the last half hour or so before I shot this, people that have smelled both tend to think that they are pretty much one-to-one. But regardless of that, just throwing all that out the window, this is a great standalone fragrance. So this is, again, Maison Alhambra. I love that. I mean, you know, you can't go wrong. I kid you not, I paid $20 or $21 for this on Amazon. I've been picking up a lot of my fragrances on Amazon the last probably 3 to 4 months before I would go pretty much just with some of the other more traditional discounters. And then I thought, well, let me check on Amazon. I get everything else there. Why not fragrances? And it's worked out quite well. So, I don't remember a single negative experience actually in these last 3 or 4 months with them. So they are on the ball with these fragrances and the vendors that sell through Amazon. So again, I'm gonna give that another squirt. That is just so good. I think I'm gonna make this my scent of the day. I have not actually applied anything yet. So this is gonna be my scent of the day. 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, it's not cloying. You might think 8 squirt. I mean, that is a lot. It's not really that much because it's a very mellow peach, and it's one that I think you can wear and not worry about people smelling you and being offended or anything like that. It's one, like I said, it's probably going to brighten up your day and brighten up the days of the people around you. So I would say wintertime, why not? It's an EDP, so it's got a little oomph. It's not going to die on your skin in 20 minutes. Now, this is not a monster projector, although at least on my skin, again, in the reviews I was just reading, some people said that they were really getting 12 hours. I haven't experienced that quite yet, although my bottle is relatively new. It may be just a matter of sitting on the shelf and macerating a little bit. Don't know. That does happen, and so I wouldn't discount that. But it's not one that I'm getting a 12-hour projection from or a massive scent bubble or anything like that quite yet. Maybe, let's give it a few months and maybe I can report back to you if that has changed or not. But anyway, there we go. So Bright Peach, I would certainly recommend it. If that seems like something that you would like, I would say by all means, go for it. It's a handsome bottle. It's a handsome presentation in general. It's one that, you can feel proud of having on your shelf. You might notice back here, I kind of cleaned it up a few weeks ago. It was just getting too crowded and I was having a hard time grabbing things. So I actually put a few, and this is off camera, but I put a few, or actually probably not a few, probably 25 or 30 of my fragrances in boxes over here on the side shelf. So just wanted to try to keep those protected a little more against the elements and so forth. And so if you've noticed a change back here, this is just part of my collection. I have another part off camera and in boxes actually. So, but I am reaching for those just the same as up here. It's just one of those things, and not to get too far off of a tangent, but it's just one of those things when you're in this hobby, it's just so easy to just really start getting that bulk in terms of, all the bottles and the boxes, and you really sort of have to have a plan, in my opinion. And, don't mean to get too far off topic, but you really kind of have to start planning, where am I going to store these? How am I going to present them and all that? So anyway, let's call it good there. I got some other things to do, and I'm sure you do as well. So we'll catch up later. Drop me a line. Let me know what's going on. What are you wearing this weekend? I'd love to know. What's the weather like, and is that impacting your choice of fragrance? Drop me a line. I always try to get back to people. And, if you're not yet subscribed, I'd love to have you along. So just tap that subscribe button. Doesn't cost a thing. And you can just be notified whenever a new video comes out. I try to drop a couple a week. So, all right. Hope to see you next time. Thanks a lot. If you're still with me, I appreciate your time, and we'll catch up in the next one. All right. Bye-bye.